I'm the foster coordinator at the regional center. My main job is to foster out animals that come through the shelter, like this little thing here. This is Whitney. She came into us and she was only about a month old. She wasn't able to eat on her own, so foster came in and took her and her brother, fed her some slurry and everything, got her to the point where she was gaining weight. So my main job is to make sure that any animals that come in that are infants, bottle baby kittens, pregnant moms, pregnant dogs, and then we have infant dogs that come in too, is to get them out into a home because they're too small to be in the shelter because we're not 24 hours. Fostering is when it's an animal that comes in that's in need. It could either be in need because it's too small to be here, or it's an animal that's not socialized, that's not doing well in the shelter environment, and pretty much it goes to a home. In a nutshell, fostering is pretty much saving the animal's life. You have to fill out a foster application. You don't have to own your own home. It's a plus if you do. If you don't, then what we do is we contact landlords just to make sure that they've paid their pet deposit and if they're okay with having an animal in the home, or if they're in an apartment, if they're okay with them temporarily fostering the animal or potentially adopting. So anything that they need, they don't ever have to go out and buy anything. We supply all the food and everything. And then of course medical, if there's any medical issue that arises with the animal, we provide all that. Some cats don't thrive, some kittens and bottle babies don't thrive. So the bad part about that is they could potentially not make it, and it's really upsetting because the fosters do take a lot of their time and their patience and loving the animals. But then also you have the ones that thrive and that are doing great, and then they get healthy, they get fixed, they get spayed, and then they can showcase them on their personal Facebook. They can always send us personal information about them, how they're doing in the home. So it's like kind of like a roller coaster when it comes to fostering. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's stressful, sometimes it's just awesome. I think bottle babies are the hardest ones because it requires people to either take them to work with them because they cannot be left for 3 to 4 or 5 hours by themselves, and you have to get up every 2 hours with them. Smaller kittens that are a little bit younger than she is, that actually have a little bit of teeth, they're a little easier because if they're not eating on their own, you can always either put some food in their mouth or syringe them a little bit and then kind of put them near their bowl, and they'll start to learn to eat on their own. Not just kittens and fostering, but even my fosters that do dogs. We have a lot of behavioral problems with dogs here because it's stressful. I have a lot of great fosters that have taken on some of our problematic dogs and they've gotten them into training on their own. They paid for it and the dogs are doing amazing, and it just makes the adoption process and the bio of that animal so much better than what we could see in the shelter environment. So I think that's the most rewarding, is seeing them go into loving homes and not staying and spending their life in the shelter. Oh, I love what I do. I've been in the regional center for almost 11 years now. I started out as an animal attendant, and then when the opportunity arose, I decided I wanted to do the fostering. I love people, I love talking with people, I'm very compassionate about what I do, and I love my animals, so I think that was a good spot for me to move up to.